2015 in the house. Just wanted to get on here and make a quick video of, all the physical games I have, talk about my small game collection that I have here, and, a couple other things just to put an update on my channel here. I know the videos, especially my Manta reviews, have been lax, but I've just been busy with a lot of personal stuff. That's going to be boring to anyone watching this, so I'll get right into my some stuff I've been playing here. Of course, we'll start with my Xbox One games with Titanfall. My opinion of this hasn't really changed. I wish this game got way more recognition than it did. I've been playing this pretty hardcore for a couple months. For like November and December, I've been playing this a lot. And I finally managed to get to Generation 9. I'm a Gen 9 pilot now. And I decided to finally, give it a small break before I go for Generation 10. But I have 93% achievement completion on this. Just have to do a few more daily challenges, get to Generation 10, unlock everything, and get that fucking gooser kill with a plasma railgun, which I'm probably never, ever going to be able to get unless I'm extremely lucky. And I know there's people out there that can just do that without batting an eyelash, and respect to them. I can't do it for some reason. I almost got it a few times one night, but then I just, I put it on the back burner for now. Don't want to say I gave up on it. I still might pursue it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, this game's fun. I still think this is way better than Call of Duty. I think it's the best arcadey type multiplayer shooter out right now. I still love the movement speed, the Titans, the strategy in the different game modes, such as like Last Titan Standing being a lot about positioning and teamwork and all that stuff. It's just fun. Played this a lot. I probably have about at least 200 hours into multiplayer on this. And yeah, it is better than Advanced Warfare. I'll say that. Like I said on my Twitter feed, if anyone looks on there, that, when Advanced Warfare came out and I watched gameplay videos of it and everything, it looks like a shittier version of Titanfall. Like why would I want to play a shittier version of Titanfall when I already have Titanfall? So, yeah, stop playing Call of Duty, people. Call of Duty's a fucking mess. The multiplayer's garbage. And, I'm going to keep saying the multiplayer is garbage if the developers like Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games, like whoever the fuck is making Call of Duty nowadays, if they keep making the multiplayer like garbage and they keep cutting corners so they can, come out with the fucking game every year, I'm going to keep calling it garbage. So, if you ever see me play Call of Duty on my channel, I might go back and play like the single player campaigns of all the older Call of Duties, because I enjoy those. But yeah, that's how bad the multiplayer is. I'd only play Call of Duty just for the single player anymore. It sucks. But yeah, Titanfall is really fun. The two biggest problems I have with this game right now, one actually is heavily related to... The two problems are heavily related to each other. The first being the low population count. There's not that many people playing this anymore. Even if I play late at night, early morning, which is my usual video game time when I get home from work, I could still find full matches, but, it's more of that, smallish community where I see a lot of the same names, regardless of, if I switch between, 2 or 3 different regions on the title screen, data centers, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I just wish more people played this and realized how awesome it is. But I think a lot of people don't like this game because, it is, a Microsoft exclusive, pretty much. It's on the Xbox One, it's on PC, and it's on the 360 as well. But, that's how things are nowadays. Microsoft is basically Hitler, from anything to their gaming platforms, to Windows, to their Windows Phone platform, and everything in between. Sony is the savior of gaming. We don't deserve, but it's who we have right now, and Nintendo as well. Nintendo. And it's fucking retarded. But Anyway, that's for another video entirely. But yeah, Titanfall. Titanfall's fun. I'll finish that up pretty soon. But I've actually been playing this. Need for Speed Rivals. I got this on Thanksgiving Day for $25 from Walmart. We were over a friend's house. We were bored. You know, they had some toys to pick up for their kids, so I tagged along for shopping, and I got in the electronics line, and I got this. And I've been wanting this for a long time, but it's one of those things where, yeah, and this is the complete edition with all the DLC, obviously. It's one of those things where, well, it looks good, but is it $60 good? Because Need for Speed's it's kind of had a bad rap from like 2000 on to like I think it was 2010 when Creatine did a kind of a re-release, like a re-imaging of Hot Pursuit. That's when the series finally started to pick back up a little bit, and I'm happy to say that this game is really, really fun. It does get repetitive. I will get bored of it eventually, but for right now it is fun. You get to choose between, there's 3 different playlists each for each faction, and you can either be a cop or you can be a racer. Like, for example, the cop has 3 sets of speed lists. You can start out patrolling, you can be an enforcer, which has a bit harder set of objectives for every like playlist that you get. And you can also go undercover as a racer. So it's pretty fun. And you get, for every speed list you complete or list of objectives, you go up a ranking. And I think the highest for each one is rank 60. I finished the racer campaign once, so I'm level 20 there. And I'm level 15 as a cop. I was playing it a little bit last night. So I'm going to try and finish the first section of the cop campaign this week. So... yeah, really fun game. I was surprised. I don't know if it'd be worth $60, but $25 with all the DLC, yes, please. Yeah, I love the old Need for Speed games. I had the Need for Speed Special Edition, the very, very first one that came out on Windows 95. It came out on like the fucking 3DO and the PS1 or something like that before that. I think it even came out on the Saturn, if I remember right. But that game was really fun. Need for Speed 2, that also had a special edition for, I think, Windows 98 or Windows 95. It was one of the two. I had that. I also had that on PS1. I had Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, which I, along with many other people, consider that the pinnacle of the series, the classic series anyway. And then came Need for Speed High Stakes, which is the last like good Need for Speed game I personally played, and that was like 1999. But High Stakes was okay. It wasn't as good as Hot Pursuit. Like, whenever I would stay over the night at a friend's house when we were still in, like, high school, we would still play split-screen Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. Like, there was just something about that game that was fun. And we would just try and just outlast the cops however long we could, Those were simpler times back then. But yeah, this game is really, really fun. There is one glaring problem I had with it. And that's, it has a problem sometimes with saving your progress. I remember one time where I thought that, there's no manual way to save the game, and I have no fucking idea why. Like, that this whole cloud craze is getting ridiculous, but, I thought it saved it. I got back to my hideout or whatever, and it doesn't autosave, and it syncs your data up to a multiplayer, like a cloud server or whatever. And I switched my Xbox One back to TV mode, and I went about my day. I did other stuff, and I came back to it later, and I was like 2 ranks down from where I was when I left the game. So I lost about like 2 hours of progress. So I was pretty pissed off at that. It hasn't done it recently. Because what I do is I log into the Need for Speed Network, the portion of this, and on my laptop, and I refresh my stats there. Like, when you log in, it'll show your stats in the lower left corner of the screen, and I make sure that's current, before I shut it off this time. I shouldn't have to do that. You know, like this is an EA game that's been out for a year. Does this sound familiar? It's not as bad as Battlefield 3 on the 360 over there, which if you look over there, there it is right there. You know, retired, drinking them little drinks with the umbrella hats in it. You know, its service is done. It did pretty good, at least for multiplayer. And there you see I have some 360 Connect games we don't even play. Some Wii games back there. Rocco's Modern Life, the complete series, because Rocco kicks ass. And Rocksmith, which I don't even play anymore. But Need for Speed, really, really fun. I recommend getting it. I'm having a blast with it. Battlefield 4, I still play this once in a while. I'm playing the Final Stand DLC, which is the last DLC pack for it. Although there is talks on the official Battlefield forums, I think it is, where DICE is going to remaster more older Battlefield maps to play in Battlefield 4. I don't know if that's just a rumor or what, but that'd be pretty cool because this game is packed with content as it is. But I've put well over 400 hours into this fucking game because I got this at launch. So, you know, it is getting a little old, especially because I'm running out of things to do. I only have the Final Stand achievements to get, the Final Stand assignments to get, a few other miscellaneous assignments I missed out on that were a pain in the ass to get before. And I do have that one fucking achievement. It's called, I think, Street Fighter, where you have to do all the Dragon's Teeth assignments. And the only assignment I have, it's fucking ridiculous. If you played Chain Link, that game mode, where you have to link together flags or whatever, it's pretty fun, but like nobody fucking plays it anymore. But you have to win a match when the enemy team has 50 tickets or less, which is very, very hard to do. I almost got it once. I think the enemy team had like 56 tickets and we won. And I was just like, son of a bitch. And I never even come close to it since. But yeah, Battlefield 4, it's fun. It's, you know, nothing's really changed my opinion of it. It's just, you know, now that I get more games, this is getting less and less playtime. And so it goes. Watch Dogs. Yeah, this hasn't seen a lot of playtime from me, which is strange, because I pre-ordered this, and I got it back, yeah, I got it back when it came out, like at the end of fucking May last year. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I only played this for like half an hour, which I guess is to say I really didn't give it a chance, which is why I've kept it around. A lot of mixed reviews about this. This is probably the most like controversial Xbox One game I have. You know, a lot of people don't like it because it didn't come out as good as Ubisoft was letting on, especially with the E3 videos and all that stuff. But I don't know. I kind of like it. I did almost trade it off a few times, but even when Best Buy had their bonus trade-in credit, and I always go to Best Buy for the reward points and shit, you know, even with like a 50% bonus credit, it was only like fucking, they would only give me like $12 for it, because I think it sells for like 30 or 40 bucks nowadays. But yeah, I decided to keep it. I'm like, I don't, you know, I don't dislike the game that much. So, you know, it's on the back burner. You know, as soon as I get through all the other stuff here, I'll end up playing this. So, yeah, it's all right. Like, it didn't blow me away, but it's not a terrible game either. So, Watch Dogs. It's there. I'll get around to it. And this I just recently got on sale for 25 bucks. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Love me some Wolfenstein. I've played every single Wolfenstein game out except for the Wolfenstein that was released in 2008, I think. That was the one for the 360. I didn't play that. But I've heard nothing but good things about this game. Yeah, it looks pretty fucking sweet. For 25 bucks, I mean, I couldn't pass it up. Sears was having a sale. I think it was like it was at Christmas or a little after Christmas, and they just had crazy prices on stuff. Like a lot of games were like 50% off and shit. And this game was $60 forever, and I almost got it on Black Friday. I think it was like $20 or $25, but I passed it up because I have too much shit to play as it is. But I saw it for 25 bucks again. I took that as a sign. I'm like, yeah, I'll pick it up. So this is on the back burner as well after I get through all of those. Yeah, Wolfenstein. Doesn't have multiplayer, considering that Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which is the last one I played, that's the one that came out in like 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. That game had multiplayer so fucking awesome that it was a standalone game that was free. Enemy territory. You know, that would never, ever, ever fucking happen today, because you'd see like a fucking executive from Bethesda with this. They would, you know, I could picture like a cartoon villain fucking like, you know, rubbing his hands together like, ooh, how much fucking money can we make off of this? You know, fuck you, Bethesda. But yeah, Wolfenstein. I'm sure it'll be very, very good. That isn't the version with the Doom 4 demo in it, but I don't care. If I want to look at Doom 4, I can watch videos online and shit. So that brings me real quick to my Wii U games. Yeah, great year for the Wii U, I got to admit. Nintendo's actually making shit I actually, you know, want to play. So this is Super Mario 3D World. I got this for 30 bucks on sale, thanks to Sears again. Yeah, it's a Mario game. I mean, everyone fucking knows what this game's about. It's kind of fun. It's not revolutionary. It doesn't break the fourth wall or anything. It is a Mario game. So it's a little gimmicky, but you know what? It is fun. And the main reason I bought this was for the 4-player, so we can take this over a friend's house. Because we have a game night once in a while, and I figured it would be fun. And it is pretty fun, so I can't knock it too much. But it's Mario. I got this as well for $30. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I got this this is me and my fiance's game to, you know, get her to just play games with me a little bit, because the games I typically play for the Xbox she really doesn't care for, but this kind of stuff she likes. Even though it is challenging for a beginner, if they haven't played a lot of platform games, I don't mind the challenge, because I love the older Donkey Kong Countries, love them to pieces. We did play Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii. We had a lot of fun with that, and if you like that game, then you should most definitely pick this up, because it only expands on what made that game great. So good job on that. Mario Kart 8. I got this along with Need for Speed at Walmart on Thanksgiving, because they were selling this for $35, and I still do not know how I got a copy of this. It was on one of the lower shelves. I think there was only a couple copies left, because the way Walmart did Thanksgiving is they had us all get in lines for different things. And by the time I realized where the electronics line was, because they didn't give any like early notice of it or anything, there was like there had to be at least like 60 people in line in front of me. I'm like, oh god, I'm never gonna get through this. But luckily they put the DVDs before the video games, and everyone stopped to look at the DVDs, so I just ran over to the games, got my 2 games, and got the hell out of there. So, but yeah, I've probably played this more than any other Wii U game that I have. This game's pretty fun. It's Mario Kart. It's definitely the best Mario Kart since Mario Kart 64, in my opinion. Which I love the Super Nintendo one. I loved Mario Kart 64. Didn't really care too much for Double Dash or Mario Kart Wii. But this game kind of goes back to the basics, which is definitely a good thing. The sliding is kind of old school, where you go around corners really fast. I'll never forget the picture of Mario in the Super Mario Kart instruction manual. It says speed through tight corners, and it teaches you the sliding technique, which is, you know, if you want to face someone who's an expert at Mario Kart, you need to know how to do sliding. So it works really well in this game. The track design is really cool. The gravity thing where you can go, the track goes upside down, is gimmicky, but it's fun. They did a pretty good job with this. The DLC kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but I bought it anyway. It was $12 for both packs, so whatever. I didn't pay full price for the game, so the price for the DLC kind of, softened the blow a little bit. But yeah, Mario Kart. I mean, it's Mario Kart. The items are cool. I love the little piranha plant you get, where it chews up objectives and it chomps on any racers that are in its vicinity. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I enjoy it. Mario Kart's fun. Super Smash Brothers. This is the game I got I actually paid full price for this, and I justified it because, it's Smash Brothers. I mean, come on. Me and my friends played Super Smash Brothers Melee, ungodly. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours we put into that. That fucking game gave my GameCube a workout, and actually justified the purchase of my GameCube. We played it so much. But yeah, I got this for $60. I figured I could dust off my Wii and play this, and it's kind of fun. I would say it's on par with Melee, if not a little better than Smash Brothers Melee. This game has a shitload of content in it. That a lot of it could have easily been DLC, but they packed this fucking game with content. So kudos to Sakurai for that and his team. Lots of things to do. The single player, the crazy hand and master hand modes, the event mode. All the little mini games that are in it. It's just fucking insane. So if you like Smash Brothers, you already have this game. So there's really not much more I can say about it. Great game. They did a good job on that. New Super Mario Brothers U with new Super Luigi U. We got this as the bonus game with our Wii U. Nothing really much to say about that. It's almost identical to New Super Mario Brothers on the Wii, so I mean... Wonderful 101. I got this for we were walking through Toys R Us the one day looking for toys for our friends' kids or something for a birthday or something like that. I happened to walk by the video game section, and they were having a crazy clearance event on Wii U stuff. And this was $12 or something ridiculous, so I picked it up because I heard some good things about it. I haven't even played this yet, which I'm sure is a great dismay to a lot of fans about this game and just Platinum Games fans in general. I've heard a lot of good things. I just really haven't got around to it because honestly, I like playing Xbox games more than Nintendo games nowadays. But I picked it up. I figured it'd be worth it. And if all else fails, I mean, since I got it on sale, I can always resell it for at least that much, if not more. So it was a pretty, guiltless purchase. But if you follow the Super Best Friends, which I do, they recently did their top 10 videos of 2013, and this was near the top of all 4 of their lists. So, I mean, yeah. I hope they don't find out about this. Sorry, guys. But yeah, another one of the many other games on the back burner that I'll get to eventually. So I can't say too much about it, but I will play it eventually. This I can talk about a little bit, though. NES Remix Pack, which is just basically NES Remix 1 and 2 on a disc that were previously on the eShop. But yeah, I definitely love this because the NES is my favorite console of all time, so I had to jump at this. But they're kind of like mini games that you can get stars and stamps for, and to put the stamps on Miiverse and stuff like that. So yeah, I love every single one of these games. So I had to pick this up. It was $30 brand new when it came out, so I ended up pre-ordering it, and I got it. Really, really fun. If you love NES games nearly as much as I do, you'll have fun with this one. So much good stuff. You'll play Super Mario Brothers, see how many coins you can get in 60 seconds. You'll play Donkey Kong with just a spotlight around your character that you could see Link from the original Legend of Zelda's playing it. So that means you can't jump. So you have to make really, really good use of the ladders to not get hit by any of the barrels. It's really, really fun. It puts a really good twist on the older games, and I enjoy it. So been having a lot of fun with that. Then we have our multiplayer games. Nintendo Land. The same thing as Toys R Us. We were walking through Sears the one day. I don't know what the fuck it is with Sears, man. I don't know if they're getting out of the video game business or what, but they've been having crazy fucking sales recently. But we got this for $10. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a week or so after we got the Wii U system back in April last year. This game is really, really fun, but you have to have friends to play it. It's not a really compelling experience if you're playing single player, but if you have at least 1 or 2 friends to play with, this game is a blast and basically a must purchase. A lot of good stuff. Me and the fiance have been having The Luigi Ghost Mansion. That's a lot of fun, where one player's the ghost, and the other players have flashlights, and you got to scare the ghost away with the flashlights before the ghost gets you. A lot of fun. Me and my nephews take turns on the Donkey Kong's Crash Course, which that'll fucking keep you busy for hours, because that's a challenge. A lot of good stuff. The Octopus Dance game's pretty fun, where you got to match the dancers' moves. A lot of good stuff. That's Nintendo Land. Finally, we have the Wii Party U. Because Wii Party on the original Wii, we played that, far and above any other game we got for the Wii. So we got Wii Party U, obviously. And it's more of the same. There's a few games that, take advantage of the gamepad that you can play with another person. But, it's pretty fun. It's all right. We play it once in a while. We usually, when we have company over, we switch between this and Nintendo Land. So it's a pretty good game. And you know what? Let's do a little bonus round here. Let's do a quick mantra roundup. I know I've been slacking on the mantra videos, but I have a whole list of games I want to do for my mantra series. I have one of them that I've been editing, and I have another video that I'm about to edit. So I have 2 new mantra reviews in post-production right now. So I'll get those out as soon as I possibly can. It's just I've been so busy with shit. My full-time job, spending time with my fiance. My mom's retired, so I have to run errands for her whenever she wants to do something. Getting enough sleep every night, kicking my ass at the gym to try and get in better shape. And it's just a combination of all of that. And if I have to do anything else, forget it. I know my last mantra video was like in fucking May of last year, and I promised myself I wouldn't let it get that bad, but it's just been crazy. And as you can see, my video game time has been, going through all these, because I don't want to play any new games for my mantra series until I get these 2 reviews up. But rest assured, Mantra 6 has been played. It's being edited. Mantra 7 has been played. That's about to be edited. Just have to get ready a few more things for that, and that'll be ready. And I don't want to start Mantra 8 until I get 6 and 7 out the door. But we'll do a quick little recap of the first 5 games I played so far, and I'll put a more in-depth recap. Probably, every 10 games or so I play or something. We'll figure it out. Nothing's set in stone. But Gun Valkyrie... and you'll find with most of these that my opinion really hasn't changed from what I said in my videos. Yeah, the control scheme's cool. The graphics are cool. The frame rate is solid. It's just too bad the enemies are boring and the story makes absolutely no fucking sense. It just doesn't. I know story isn't everything in a video game, but to me, I like to be immersed in the experience. If I'm watching a movie, listening to music, playing a game, I like to be immersed. I like to experience it. And really the story is the motivation for you gunning through the game to start to finish. And, killing bugs over and over and over again, and then flying through space nude for no reason, and, killing giant demonic babies and stuff like that. I don't know. It doesn't really sit well with me. I'm not really much of a Japanimation guy, not much of an anime guy, so maybe that's why it doesn't really click with me. But all in all, this game's still average. I know I said 2.5 out of 5 stars in my original review, but I'd be willing to bump it up to 3 just for that. But it's all right. Blood Wake is definitely the best game I've played for my Mantra project so far. I said 3.5 out of 5 stars for this, but I'd bump this up to a 4, which is my highest rating so far. I enjoyed the story in this. The only reason I really didn't give it 5 stars is because some of the voice acting's a little annoying. Some things in the story don't make sense, but it doesn't cripple the story completely. And those fucking game-breaking bugs in those few levels that I talked about, that was the killer for this. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, if you find this cheap, definitely track it down because it's worth it. Even the multiplayer mode is fun. But the story is long. It ties up nicely at the end. The boats have a good weighty feel to them. Like if you drive a small boat, you'll go fast. If you drive a big boat, you'll feel the weight of it. So it's fun. Azaric, this game is still a piece of shit. This pisses me off just looking at the fucking case, and I have no clue what compelled me to play through this game not only once, but twice. So I clearly must be insane. But this is just like a lame Zelda ripoff. I didn't really enjoy it at all. Steer clear of this. It's not even worth it. Like if you want to play a good action RPG, there are so many other choices out there. I mean, it looks good. Like I said in my video, it looks good from the screenshots and from everything I've been reading about it. Like there's people out there who love this game, and I just think they're clearly insane. I did not have fun with this game at all. It's too open-ended. The combat system might as well be non-existent. It makes no fucking sense. Like, when the best things you can say about a game are the loading times are pretty good and the music's alright, that's not a very good game. I'm sorry. 2 out of 5. Kabuki Warriors. This got 2 out of 5 as well, and I stand by that. It's not as bad as critics made it out to be, but it's not exactly amazing either. Like, there's different... there's better fighting games on the Xbox alone, and there's way better fighting games on any platform. But the main thing with this is they had potential to do something unique, and they just totally squandered it. If they held this game back a little bit more and just put more content into it, just more of everything, it would have been an easy 3 out of 5 stars. But they didn't. They rushed it out the door to get it sold, quick to the launch with the system. So, yeah, it is what it is. 2 out of 5 stars. And then my most recent video was Classified. I love first-person shooters, and I played a little bit of this, and I thought it was kind of like a cool little underground shooter. Like, I didn't think it was, whiz-bang amazing or anything like that. But when I started playing it, it was fun. And then I played it some more, and I played through it a second time, and yeah, it kind of sucks. It's just dull. I know that it feels like kicking a helpless kitten in the corner, but picking on a $20 budget game, saying it's not as good as like a $60 AAA title first-person shooter. But I mean, this came out in 2005. This came out almost a year after Halo 2, and like this is the best you're gonna give us. No multiplayer, and don't even get me started again on the voice acting in this game. And it's just not good. If you've never heard of this, there's a very good reason for that. So 2 out of 5 stars for that as well. Should have stayed Classified if you ask me. But yeah, that's everything I have right now on my plate, and that's just for gaming alone. And like I said, definitely more videos on the way. I'm gonna try my hardest to get more videos out, but we'll just take it day by day and see what happens. So stay tuned. And thanks for watching, guys.